not thinking twice of going to the front door and attacking, and that's the reason that, you know, the confidence is swaying to the favor of Jaimes. Foot feints do a lot. Upper body foot feints, you know, you make your opponent think of what you're going to do. You can't just let them come in throwing shots like that.
Shot there from Jaimes, a good left hook. Romero comes back with one of his own and a clubbing right hand. Action really picking up here in the 5th round.
You know, talking to Robert Garcia earlier today about Jaimes, spent some time at his gym working on his sparring, great sparring in that Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. Was there one thing he said about Jaimes, that this kid is in great shape. So he is as motivated and as focused as he possibly can be coming into this fight.
Not in the back. Don't hook him in the back. Let's go.
Well, I told you guys that, you know, I think if we are going to see an upset, you know, it was going to be in this fight. You know, Manuel Jaimes is a really good fighter, and if he's in shape, it's going to be a long night for Rolly.
And just a reminder that tonight's broadcast is available in Spanish with our all-star squad of Claudia Trejos and Oscar Valdez. From the timeline options, click on the audio button and select Spanish.
There you see Trevor McCumbee getting ready for his level. It's why Gervonta Davis selected his opponent 2 years ago. Isaac Cruz, of course, was after a 140-pound title, but that was a notable fight. He was also in discussions to face Ryan Garcia earlier in the year. So if Rolly can grab a win in a fight like this, he'll be right back in a big fight later in the year.
Yeah, I mean, A-sides are they love guys like this, big punchers, open their mouth. He reminds me of Ricardo Mayorga. Mayorga didn't win on the big stage, but he always got the big fights that need a lot of money. Unorthodox, but big power.
Yeah, I think it's an archetype that the marketplace and fans like, you know, sort of the fighter that they want to get their comeuppance. And I think that Rolly has represented that for a lot of people. And there are also a lot of people that like Rolly.
Jaimes just missed with that straight right hand.
Good left hand there from Jaimes.
He didn't miss with that left hook right there. This is where Romero gets in trouble. You know, he keeps that chin in the air and he starts winging his shots.
You can see, Sergio, the last couple of rounds, Jaimes' confidence starting to grow a little bit. He's smiling a little bit more in the ring.
Jaimes is doing something really good. He's jabbing to the body now of Romero, and that's making it easier for him to cut that distance and get that confidence like we're seeing. You can see the body language in Jaimes growing.
Stop. Got you. There you go.
And we sort of reached that part in the fight here, guys, where we've answered a key question. I think a lot of people wondered, is Manuel Jaimes a guy who's really built his record in the bars, on the club shows in Tijuana, and smaller club shows in Tijuana? Would he be out of his depth here on the bigger stage against a former world champion? He certainly looks like he belongs.
Yes, he does. And that confidence comes from the fact that, look, stylistically, like I said in the beginning of the fight, stylistically, Romero is gonna suit him well. I'm not saying he's tailor-made for a fighter like Jaimes, but there's opportunities with looping shots that Romero will give you.
Romero keeping that right hand up, holding the phone, so to speak, to block that left hook that clipped him a little bit earlier on in the round, and now lands a nice short uppercut to the body.
You know, one thing about Rolly Romero is that he tends to switch styles mid-round. He'll open the round, traditional, hands up, but then you'll see him kind of dip into that half shoulder roll where he drops that left hand and leans back. And we've seen many times before, if you are not brilliant at the shoulder roll, it is a dangerous fighting style to perform it.
Yeah, those are bad habits that are hard to break. You know, when you're so good uppercut there by Romero. When you're so accustomed to knocking out everyone they put in front of you, I mean, let's keep it real. Rolly Romero came out blasting everybody, and that gets good to you. But with that power, you know, the technique goes out the window, and you're less polished.
Rolly Romero playing his mixtape of styles here as we come to the end of round 6. Well, after stepping into the squared circle with two of the greatest heavyweights of all time, Francis Ngannou returns to MMA, taking on the 6'8" Renan Ferreira for the new PFL Super Fights Championship belt on October 19th.
Division as Rolly Romero, just like Fulton, looking to bounce back after a KO loss in this one. Round number 7 against Manuel Jaimes, whose offense has been anything other than high octane or high volume.
It's almost non-existent, to tell you the truth. And when he does have an offense going, he's not landing cleanly. And it's really Romero that's landing the hard shots. He's not as busy.
Just missed with that right hand. Nice lead left hook, short compact left hook. Romero missed with that one, but the check left hook lands and then just pushes that right hand in the face of Jaimes.
I like how he keeps trying with that left, Romero. It's going to land.
And you can see Jaimes, no range management. Overextended
there's
on
no
the jab.
Yeah,
Hit over the knee. Front foot.
There's the feint.
And the left hook counter upstairs is there for Romero, the way Jaimes has the high guard, but as soon as he moves forward, the hands go down.
Exactly. Well, he did last round. He landed 2 of them early in the round and then gave it up.
Nice counter right by Romero.
I got you.
Jaimes just looking to smother his offense, which you cannot do. It's got to be in that danger zone, that mid-range. He's got the wingspan edge. He's got the reach advantage. Needs to try to make it count.
He's got to set up something. He's got to start, obviously, with the fundamentals. The jab. And the right hand. Once you're in the inside, work the body.
Double jab from Romero. Yeah, Joe, you mentioned it. There's just Jaimes is just muted in his offense compared to what we've seen on tape.
Exactly. If I was in Romero's corner, I'd be kind of relieved and happy at the same time that I got a guy that's underperforming against my guy.
Yeah,
on the biggest stage of his career for Manuel Jaimes.
But if you have the opponent
10-round fight
underperforming in front of you, you want to go out there and show up, man. You got to let you. That's Romero's not doing that.
It's Jaimes' Las Vegas debut. Romero's grown and raised here. He's 9-1 in Vegas with 8 knockouts. The loss, of course, coming in the last fight to Isaac Cruz. Just over 30 seconds left here in the 7th, and there's been a lot more clinching than there's been sustained offense in this fight.
Yeah, Romero's with the one with the name, the loud mouth. He's got to back it up.
Well, Romero just threw a right-hand left uppercut that missed completely, and Jaimes didn't even look to counter it. He was wide open for it. And so this is the problem with Jaimes right now. He's just not capitalizing on the mistakes and the open availability of Romero's defense.
Pinga.
Got it.
Aquí le metiste uno abajo cuando él estaba aquí.
You gave him a nice uppercut.
Tú no viste que le hizo así.
Noticed? Oh, you got him with the body shot. You said, you heard him. The 1-2, straight right hand. The uppercut in the inside is going in. Easy. Remember we practiced that? The uppercut and then the overhand right. You're good, Rolly? Clean yourself.
Límpiate, cojones.
Clean yourself.
Ponte vivo, nada más es lo único que quiero, Rolly.
Want you alert, awake.
Seconds out. Round 8.
This is round number 8, and remember in his last fight against Isaac Cruz, Romero was deducted a point for holding before ultimately being stopped. So we're seeing a lot of it here being exchanged by both fighters, but he has to be careful here because the referee did give him a hard warning. He was deducted the point against Cruz, and Romero has to be careful, as does Jaimes when they clinch. And Romero looking to create some moments with that distance.
That distance and that uppercut that the corner was asking for, and it's there.
Yeah, he's thrown it 3 times
Jaimes is going to walk
since
into
it came
that.
out. Yeah.
And it's just wild to watch. It's not aesthetically pleasing. Technically.
Welcome to the Romero show.
Welcome to the Romero show.
Well, I think we were expecting more from Jaimes, to be quite honest with you. I think we got the Rolly Romero we expected, and Jaimes that we thought we were going to get, we didn't get.
I get it, Joe. But yeah, well, exactly, yeah. I I know that this is the style he fights, but this is a guy that talks too much.
Tag player. Yeah. He wants to be a major star.
He's got to show it.
He's taking on a guy who's moving up in weight. First fight in Vegas, first scheduled 10-round fight, and here we go. Minute 45 left in the 8th. It's very much still so much at stake here in this fight. Very close in terms of the stats.
There it is, the inside body shots, the punching from Romero. Where's the uppercut?
Well, he just scored the uppercut and hook right
Wild
there.
right hand from Romero misses. But Jaimes is absolutely unable to do anything. Absolutely nothing out there.
Nope. Nothing. It's like, okay, you got this fight.
Come on, get out, get out.
What are you doing with it?
Styles make fights. This one's uglier than a bowling shoe, kids.
Any of the worthwhile shots that are landing are being thrown by Romero, period. It may not be pretty, and it isn't. It's awkward. It's not pretty, but Romero is winning this fight.
Yes. Yes.
Says you. Wait till the 3 judge. I mean, again, I understand what you're saying. You can never, ever make a declarative statement in combat sports until we get, accountability from the judges that really help our sport out.
I'm going to go out on the limb and say I'm right on this one.
I'll hold my breath on that one.
It's heating up, guys.
30 seconds, and here comes Jaimes.
Stop, stop. I got you. There we go.
Nice uppercut on the inside, but Romero gets tagged by Jaimes, who's finally trying to get going offensively with 15 seconds left in the 8th. Lands the left, misses with the left hook, does Romero. Now they're in,
10 seconds.
I mean, head-to-head, they've got to try to find a way to
I got you. Watch
make hay.
Stop. Rolling. Stop punching. Stop punching.
Toma aire, toma aire.
Catch some air. Catch some air.
Toma aire. ¿Cómo
Catch some air.
estamos, Rolly?
How you feeling, Rolly?
All right, there's a little touch jab, straight right hand,
Right through the guard.
and Jaimes comes back, but he's not landing.
Beautiful.
He did.
Yeah.
That
When
was-
he tries, he lands. And he needs to land and he needs to throw his punches, Jaimes, but he doesn't.
6 minutes left in this fight.
Yeah, that was the first clean shot that I've really seen Jaimes, especially a left uppercut.
Penultimate round, and Jaimes off to an aggressive start, but immediately again at close quarters. And Romero fights out and lands it right on the exit. Right uppercut by Romero, but again, hands are down. He's leaving himself exposed. Jaimes unable to get anything going as again it ends in a headlock.
Here we go.
Nice jab right there from Romero.
Yeah, for the most part, Romero's just been rolling with the punches, tying them up.
Rolly with the punches. I like that.
Right there. Let it out.
We need to see more, guys. Kicking off a pay-per-view here. Las Vegas, Mexican Independence Day weekend. Humbled in defeat, knocked out by Isaac Cruz. Getting a gift from Ismael Barroso. Dropped by Barroso. Knocked out by Davis.
And here he is
And
tonight.
here he is, opening up a pay-per-view. Trying to rehabilitate his career against a guy in Manuel Jaimes, who is fighting in Vegas for the first time, fighting in his first scheduled 10-round fight. Romero needs to prove that he's in a different class.
I truly understand your point, Paul. And yes, he does.
Hey, we got the 209 being represented. That's Diaz country, Stockton, California, with Manuel Jaimes. No Stockton slapping here, though.
Office hand. Stop.
Nice lead left hook by Romero, but not a lot of power behind that right uppercut.
Yeah, And look, if I'm in the corner right now, really, I go, look, this is not a sterling performance by either guy necessarily. But Rolly's the one who's been landing the hard shots. I'd be pushing for a knockout for Rolly, to tell you the truth. Kind of a little bit of redemption here.
Of course. Then not only in this last round, he should be looking for that off fight, but he didn't.
Well, he tried to land some big hard shots. He would have taken a knockout if he could, but Jaimes wasn't really cooperating with him there. He absorbed the punishment pretty well.
Right hand, right uppercut, left hook, three-punch combination by Romero. Romero initiates the attack again, lead right, left uppercut, and Jaimes just bull rushes him without throwing a punch. There's a right uppercut on the inside by Jaimes, but almost got caught with a left uppercut from Romero.
Yeah, that landed, that body shot landed by Romero. Romero's really sitting down and trying to knock him out. He's really loading up on his punches.
And he threw 55 punches in this round, did Romero.
Romero's bleeding from the mouth, too, right now.
Last round coming up. Last round. 10 on 10. The 10th and final round coming up.
That's it, but you got 3 minutes to take this guy out, dude. Okay? That's your only option here. Don't get tied up with him, okay? You're messing up. If you can get out of it, give yourself just enough room and let your hands go right away. Pick him up with uppercuts if he's laying down, but you can't afford to spend this round hugging him, okay?
No te quiero ver haciendo mierda, Ceri.
I don't want you doing shit. You got to do something, Broly.
Ay, toma, Eric. Oye, nene, yo tengo que irme con Lara. Ahora el Telecay se queda contigo.
I got to go with Lara now. The coach is going to stay here with you, okay?
So Salas getting there's Landy Lara ready for his middleweight title defense against Danny Garcia coming up. But here, we've got the 10th and final round. I got to say, guys, looking at Jaimes in his corner, open mouth, heavy breathing. This is the first time he's been in the, scheduled for 10, never been past round 8. I think the gas tank is empty.
I got you. Yeah.
And when you see an opponent like that, a fighter, you want to get him out. Especially if you're Romero, you got the name, you fought bigger fighters, bigger
He's lunging
level,
in.
but he's not doing any of that.
Opening subjective to these uppercuts. The way he's leaning in, out of fatigue, and when you get tired, you start making more and more mistakes.
And the corner was pushing for a knockout. They told him you're way behind. You need a knockout in this. But I don't think the kid believed in it when he was listening to it.
No, yeah, like I say, he told me he was just one tired fighter. And again, first time at 140, first time in the 10th round. And according to unofficial score, Joe Goosen, Jaimes needs the knockout to win this fight.
Yeah,
we've seen stranger things happen. I remember John Molina losing every round, every second of every round against Mickey Bay here in Las Vegas, and in the 10th round, knockout.
I heard about that fight.
So it can happen, right? There have been miracles in boxing, but Jaimes needs a big one here. And Romero, I guess for him, looking to just, wanting to get back the win, and for a guy like Romero, a win, no matter how it comes, keeps him in the news. And at 140 pounds, we will wait and see what the future holds. But a minute and a half left in this fight.
Yeah, it kind of an uninspiring performance by either guy. But look, I think Rolly's got to learn some new things. I really do. He's just, he just does the same thing over and over again. And then when you step up to the higher competition, it won't work. It'll work at this level.
We've seen him. And this on the inside, it's not exactly like Romero. I mean, we've seen Romero also struggle on the inside. Both of them are struggling because it's become a grappling match.
And to believe this is a fighter that gave Tank Davis some good reps.
Oh, great.
Yes, he did.
The first 4
But you know
rounds,
what, to be fair, Gervonta Davis gives everybody the first 5 or 6. I know what you're saying, but come on. He stopped him, knocked him out. No one interested in closing the show in this fight.
There we go. Come on, last round.
Yeah, the referee's even saying it. Come on, last round. The referee, my man Hoyle. I've never heard them actually say that. He's literally encouraging them. Let's see a fight.
10 seconds. I'm gonna say stop. Come on. Last few seconds.
Well, Rolly and his sister were judocas. Maybe in another life, Rolly Romero would have been a mixed martial artist. He goes 10 rounds in his comeback fight against Manuel Jaimes, and